Hey guys, have you heard of a fan project Return to Reverie? It's a small manga that is based on Reverie arc from One Piece manga, and I'm very excited to read it with you. It has 6 chapters and it is completed. And since Reverie arc was fantastic but very short, I think it's great that fanbase decided to expand on it. It is made by Arthur from Library of O'Hara, and we have to credit everyone who worked on it. It's Arthur as writer, editor, and producer, Gemini as artist and designer, and Ninja Spider, guest cover page artist for the first chapter, the chapter we are going to read right now. Let's go! Return to Reverie, Chapter 1, Winds of Change. Cover artwork. Sengoku and Garp running a farm with lots of animals. Goats in particular. That's because they are goats. Or because Sengoku likes goats. And it looks fantastic. Very detailed. I love it. Damn, their muscles. The artist really went all out on their muscles. As to be expected, this year's Reverie was one of many tumultuous events. However, to fully understand what transpired during this week-long conference, we must first go back in time. We return to the events at the Reverie. To the second day of the Reverie. Captain Kobe has returned to Marine headquarters. Welcome back, Captain! Oh, please, there's no need for all the fanfare. Hey, I'm here too! Helmeph is annoyed. Captain Kobe, the two of you have been summoned. As you may be aware, you have been under consideration for a promotion for a while. Chief of the Marine Promotion Council, Vice Admiral Cancer. What a great name. Your service record since the Rocky Port incident has certainly been exemplary. We will evaluate your efforts and get back to you to inform if you will be promoted. Thank you, sir. And he is talking directly to Kobe. But Helmeppa wants to be promoted too, and what does he get? As for you, we have taken note of your efforts. Keep it up, and you may be promoted eventually. Thank you so much, sir. Wait, what? Dismissed. Oh, poor Helmeppa. I can't believe it, and here I thought I'd reach the same rank as my father had. Keep at it and you'll get there eventually, Kobe answers. We've both come so far in the last 2 years already, haven't we? Who knows if that will even happen at this rate, though, Helmeppa says. True, Kobe agrees. Things may get chaotic quite soon. Now that the second day of the conference is over, we are in a delicate situation. If Admiral Fujitora's proposition is accepted in tomorrow's session, then I am certain we'll have our hands full for a while. Then again, it's an essential step for our plans to come to fruition. He is probably talking about abolishment of Shichibukai, and at this point, second day of the Reverie, it's still not confirmed that they are going to be abolished, so they're just talking about this future event. The red pot. Oh, it's beautiful. Some bubbles flying around. And Garp is on his ship. Garp-kun. Sorry, is Hina interrupting something? Oh no, don't worry about it. Did you need something? Truth is, Hina is curious. In regards to rocks, if you're willing to open up, that is. Her fingers are so beautiful. I can't say I like to talk about it, but since you're already familiar with the details, I suppose there's no harm. I'm surprised you knew so much already, though. Who did you get it from? Garp asks. He doesn't really like to talk about rocks and God Valley, but okay, it's pretty believable. Yeah, I think he could open up to Hina a bit. Tsuru-chan gave the gist of it, but there are some details that don't make sense. Hina is confused. Mainly, what brought rocks to God Valley? What did he want so desperately that he'd risk it all, including his life? That is a good question. And Garp thinks so too. That is a good question, Hina. I've heard some rumors, but the specifics were kept top secret even from me. All I know is that there was something on the island that Rox desired. God Valley, as you might have already heard, was a settlement of celestial dragons. While Marijoa has always been their homeland, some of them opted to live there instead. The luxury and splendor of its capital earned it the name of Emerald City. It was said that what Rox craved slept deep within a massive mausoleum, where no soul was ever allowed to set foot in. Inside was a tomb, which enshrined what the world nobles referred to as the national treasure of God Valley. A hidden treasure? Don't tell me, you mean the one? Of course not, come on. Of course not. Someone once told me that according to a very old legend, this treasure was the most powerful devil fruit in existence. What could that be? The most overpowered fruit. What could that be? Somehow Rox came to know the true nature of both this and the national treasure of Marijar. I don't know how he found out, but to him those were the only treasures necessary to fulfill his ambition. I'm not sure what they are getting at here, because in my mind, in my furious speculation, Yami Yami no Mi probably belonged to Rox, or I think Blackbeard got to know about Yami Yami no Mi from Rox. Do they mean that it is Yami Yami no Mi that is a powerful fruit? It doesn't look like that, because Garp doesn't state that Rox got his hands on this treasure. And also, if he already had Yami Yami no Mi, why would he go after this treasure? And after this incident, he disappeared. So yeah, 100% they are not talking about this particular fruit. So, but if he had Yami Yami no Mi, why would he want another fruit? So I guess their theory is he didn't have any fruit himself. He was just powerful as he was, and he went to God Valley to acquire this crazy overpowered devil fruit. Okay, that's fair, that's pretty interesting. Not what my theory would be, but I think all theories are pretty exciting, and this one is pretty solid. Hina is shocked. Are you sure it's okay to talk about all this? Everything I've just told you is obviously confidential, but at this point it's all redundant. God Valley, its national treasure, and Rox himself have all been lost to time. On that day, they all sank to David Jones's locker. So basically, to the lowest, deepest parts of the sea, I assume. What? The island sank? Is that why Rox was declared dead? It's no figure of speech either. A great storm hit and inundated the island, well, basically destroyed. No one knows where it came from, but Rox, who was immobilized, sank alongside it all. Okay, we don't know in the main story, I think, what actually happened to Rox. It is a theory, but it still doesn't tell you is he actually dead or not. This part is left open. I really appreciate that, because yeah, probably maybe he's not dead. Who knows what can happen? Maybe he already got his hands on this crazy fruit, and this fruit somehow let him survive and maybe hibernate under the sea for some time. That is a very interesting thing. Oh, that's right. It was you and Roger who took down Rox and his crew, right? Well, keep this between you and me, but while it is true that Roger helped me defeat him, taking on his entire crew is a whole different story. We already had our hands full with the Rox, not to mention protecting the celestial dragons. To fight his crew as well, even for us, it would be impossible. For you and Roger? Are you kidding? Of course not. Back then, the Rox were undeniably the ultimate pirate crew. Fiercest among them were his four commanders, Newgate, Linlin, Shiki, and Kaida. They were known as the Four Horsemen. Okay, this is interesting. We already know for sure that Linlin, Kaido, that white beard, that Shiki were there, and we see them in the very middle, but there are other characters. I actually unfortunately don't recognize all of them. Like, that is sure to be Shaki, and there is a theory that she probably was in Rox's crew, and actually it fits pretty well, so it's like almost 100% she was there, because she said she was chased by Garp, that she was in a pirate crew, and 40 years ago she like gave up on this pirate life. So probably yes, she was in Rocks. That's a very solid one. But who are the other ones? Is the one on the very right meant to be young Kureha? But there are some huts above her, so probably not. You can help me out if you know who these characters are, because I'm a bit confused who are they meant to represent. But then, how could you two have possibly won? Hina is shocked. Whitebeard. He felt that his captain's ambition jeopardized both his own dreams and threatened the balance of the world. He stood by his ideals and took our side, fighting the remaining commanders. And we have this actually pretty good showdown scene. Despite our different beliefs, on that day we fought as comrades. Everyone went all out, exchanging blows, switching opponents, fighting back to back. That battle that day was the stuff of legend. Okay, so that basically makes it 3 versus 3. So in this regard, yes, it is pretty logical. Wait, but what about Rox himself? No, it doesn't fit. It's like 4 versus 3. That would be right. Yes, Rocks. That's true. Oh my gosh, this is a very nice panel. I like how Lin Lin is depicted here. After what felt like a never-ending confrontation, the 3 of us managed to emerge victorious. His crew managed to flee, but Rox himself became one with the sea, taking that legacy with him. On that day, the world was rid of the terror of Rox. Now keep in mind, this fan manga is basically all theories, all speculations. Nothing is confirmed in the main story, but the way it is done so far, it looks very plausible in my opinion. Like, I think it is very logical that yes, Whitebeard would probably join them. It is logical that Rox had to disappear somewhere, so him going under the sea, yes, that's a solid one. Unbelievable to think that something of this scale happened before Hina being born. Hina feels lightheaded. Wahaha! So did that satisfy your curiosity? Actually, there's one more thing. You said you and Roger protected the celestial dragons, but I thought you always despised them. Why did you agree to protect them? Because my child was among them. That is a bit of a shock value. I guess what they are going for is that dragon was actually a celestial dragon. Yes, this is a theory. I also heard of a theory that his wife was actually a celestial dragon, but him, yes. Like, why is he named Dragon? He probably does not have a dragon fruit. He has some fruit connected with winds, with like controlling wind. But why is he named Dragon? Is this because he was once a celestial dragon? That is an interesting theory. I really like it. I'm pretty sure that Dragon is one way or another, he is connected to celestial dragons. But him being a celestial dragon, would not that mean that Garp is a celestial dragon also? And it just doesn't fit in my mind. So I'm not really sure about this particular theory. Maybe his wife, after all, was a celestial dragon. No, Dragon was still too small to have a wife. What do they imply? What? Maybe this will be addressed later on in next chapters, but I'm not really sure. What do they mean by that? Shows of the red line. The boss is back! Welcome back, boss! Lucky Roo is saying. And we see Shanks. Oh, it's always nice to see him. Yo, sorry to keep you all waiting. You're being too reckless, sneaking into Marijoa on your own. For the boss, it must have been a cakewalk though. Yes! Because he went there to probably talk about Blackbeard. It wasn't stated in the manga itself, but I think the general consensus of the fan base is that he wanted to talk about Blackbeard, to warn Gorosei about Blackbeard. So, did you pull it off? Were you able to talk with the 5 elders? What did they say about him? Talk I was able to, but they said they don't want to take action yet. I did insist, but they want to see how the situation pans out first. By the way, boss, did you hear about Big Mom and Kaido? Yeah, we discussed that too. It's precisely the instability amongst the emperors, why they're hesitant to act. I doubt we'll be able to count on the government to take action. I told you it was a waste of time to try and reason with the geezers. But aren't you worried about Luffy, boss? He's got 2 emperors on his heels. Don't you think we should lend him a hand? And Shanks would not think that. We can't meet again until the day he achieves his dream. That's a promise I can't break. Besides, you shouldn't underestimate Luffy. He's grown strong over the years. We shouldn't interfere in his fights. It may be hard, but overcoming this obstacle is part of his journey. Let's focus on our problems instead. If the government won't take action, then we'll have to do it ourselves. We must stop him and put an end to Rox's legacy. Get ready to set sail, man. We are going after Blackbeard. There's a lot to unpack here. 2 theories. First of all, that Blackbeard is connected to Rox, and I'm 100% on board with this. I'm almost sure, yes, Blackbeard has to be connected. And he probably continues Rox's legacy, because it's again the theme of inherited will. He inherited will from Rox. He is continuing on his way. And the second theory is that yes, Shanks was talking to Gorosei about Blackbeard, but again, getting back to Rox and Blackbeard connection, as I said in my theory video about Blackbeard, probably Rox was his father or his father figure. One of that, not necessarily related by blood, no, maybe just father figure, and probably, yes, Blackbeard learned about Yami Yami no Mi from Rox. So, okay, so we are totally on board here. Heading up the red line, the second day of the Reverie has already concluded. As the moon gently basks the Holy Land in its light, everyone takes a respite after such a tumultuous day. The language here is so, high style, how should I say? Blissfully unaware of the true tumult to come. A dense city, residential district. Caw! Why are there so many crows flying about recently? One of the gods is asking. This is the first I've seen any in the Holy Land. And we are in Marijoa and we see crows, and it's obvious this has to be Karasu using his crows. So these are the revolutionaries. So far it all fits. I once heard that crows are an ill omen of what is to come. Then perhaps we ought to exterminate them. We can't allow anything to disturb the residents. And yes, we are going beneath the ground, and Sabo is asking, what's wrong, Karasu? And I'm sure it's implied here that Karasu has these crows as his eyes, basically, so he can send out these crows and see things through them. I think that's a nice one. Are you seeing any trouble up there? No trouble per se. If anything, this could prove to be quite helpful. Okay, I'm not sure what they mean. But there are a lot of interesting hooks, interesting points in this chapter that keep you hooked. That's it's made so good in terms like of this story building, should I say? I'm not really sure what term should I use, but this is a really high quality fan work, and artwork is also very good. It reminds me of Oda's style. You can see it's not drawn by Oda, but it still reminds you of his style, and also there are a lot of details. I really appreciate that. Pangaea Castle, rooftop terrace. Father, you have finally returned! Oh, Shirahoshi, I'm glad to see you are well. How did the meeting go? Were you finally able to discuss Mother's wish? They decided to schedule the debate on the relocation of Fishman Island as a topic for the fourth day, Hamon. All we can do now is wait patiently. I hope it all works out. Is it me or is it getting cold out here? The wind is really picking up. The wind is picking up. No way. Is Dragon himself going to appear here? Oh, it's not even like official manga, but I'm so excited. Yes, perhaps it would be best if we went back inside. Pangaea Castle, the Great Gate. What's with this insane gust of wind? First crows, now this. What is going? And they are all out, all the gods. Probably Conqueror's Haki. They are all unconscious. It's almost time, Dragon says, for the revolution. He is here as well. Damn, that's a really good one. I enjoyed it enormously, even though I know it is a fun project. It's not an official manga, it's more like a fan fiction. It still gets you so excited, and everything looks and sounds so plausible. The only thing that got me a bit confused when Garp said that his child was amongst the celestial dragons, and first of all I thought, yeah, probably, but then, oh damn, it was 40 years ago. What would that mean? Do they imply that Garp himself is also a celestial dragon? I'm a bit confused on this one. Please go check out this incredible fun project. I will post the link in the description and probably in the pinned comment also. It is very interesting. 6 chapters. I read only the first one so far. Of course, I will read the remaining ones, and then I will make a review and we will discuss all the crazy and great theories and what do we think of them and how could they play out in the main story in the official manga. So that was all very exciting. That's it for now. Share your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. See ya!